The final ending of The Gate, other parts down below. She definitely has her own journey to take. She can't face herself. I see now that she has never really acted like a grown-up when having arguments or resolving issues. She never is the one to apologize. She just can't do it, because if she did it would be like admitting she is in the wrong, admitting she has a problem that she needs to deal with. I think if a WS really wanted to reform, build the marriage and recover, they would do things like visiting the LS's parents and apologizing and try and build bridges with everyone concerned. My wife would never do this, and it's a shame because that's how conflicts are resolved. I don't think she was taught this in childhood, that to resolve a situation you have to be remorseful, empathize, and put yourself in hard positions than ask for forgiveness and apologize. She would rather bury her head and continue and hope things get better, and guess what, they don't. I think if at any stage I would have thought about meds, it would have been last year. I don't feel a reason to start now, but I see where you're going. 5 months later. So here I am about 18 months after my D-Day. Still legally married but separated. My wife let to live with OM again in June, and we have in that time adjusted to living apart fairly well. My son goes to the school near my home. His wife decided not to go through with an appeal to get him into a school near them. My poor son is doing so well at adapting and has settled into school really well. We share his time 50-50, and I have learned to love both my time with him and without, despite missing him lots. We sold the house this last week and I finally got myself my own home. My dad helped me finance it, but it is a new build house just round the corner from our old house, so my son has some consistency. I have also started dating a very attractive Italian girl who lives round the corner. She is a few years younger than me and has a 1-year-old son. Her partner left her the same time my wife left me. For the first time in a couple of years, the darkness started to lift and things seemed to be going well. I started to feel like myself again for the first time in ages. Then boom, my wife told me yesterday she is going to leave OM and her job with his company. She found about me seeing someone and has decided she wants me back and wants to rebuild our life. Why do they do this? I don't want her back now. I have had enough and I can't go through anymore. I don't even feel like that anymore for her after what she has done. But now she is saying that she wants me back and it is best for my son, and making me feel like I will be the one who has killed the marriage if I don't go for it. I have told her to stay with OM, but she says she can't. I'm terrified that she will either move away and try and take son or move in next door. I have no intention of reconciliation. I have moved on and I am not interested in working things out with my wife. I wish I could for my son, as he is upset by it all, but I just can't. She is in a terrible mess now. She is going to lose her job, house, etc. She has very little friends and is in a serious state of depression. This unfortunately means that she will probably need CSA money from me, which, after my house move, is going to be hard to afford. She is talking about moving back to my area and claiming benefits, living of savings, etc. She says she will probably need half the furniture now and wants to have more of the time with my son. This sucks. She left me. She moved in with someone with more money and gave me everything. I wish I had rushed the divorce through. A mistake. Can't really see how this is ever going to get resolved. I have told her I am not interested, but she is going a bit mental. When is she going to stop making my life so hard? She told me that we had fallen out of love, that OM was her best friend and her soulmate, and they had so much in common, and he loved and respected her. She made me feel very inferior to him and made me feel like I had not treated her like I should have, and that he did. That they got each other. Fast forward a few months. She lives with him and I have my own place. We share custody of our child 50-50. Guess what? She wants to come back. She loves me. She couldn't see it then, but she was sick. It's the same story over and over again with affairs. Once they are not dangerous, exciting anymore, once the affair turns into a normal relationship, but based on lies, deceit, hurt, you, like many before you, will realize what people mean by fantasy. My comment: she chose the path of distortion. Now she has to live with the consequences. It is what it is. Story 2. My H left just over 3 months ago, is living away from us, and seems to have no intention of coming home. I am desperately trying to do plan A, but feel like I am failing on a grand scale. I have been looking into divorce. I didn't have a clue how to go about it. I am feeling like he has sat there laughing at me. Should I call his bluff? Tell him I am not happy with the way he's treating me, that I am seeking legal advice, in hope that it will scare him a bit. Well, my H left me 3 months ago. He's still saying that he doesn't know what he wants. At the moment it's nothing. No relationship with anyone. Our marriage nothing. Well, I decided enough was enough. After being coached by the amazing people on TAM, I told him that I was not going to try for us anymore. Basically, if he wants me, he can come and get me when he's ready. Cutting a very long story, very short. Well, yesterday was V-Day, as you all know. He didn't get me anything. Although I did get some flowers. I texted and asked if they were from him, but nope. And he wasn't very amused, and said that he had sent me flowers, he would have sent lilies. My fev. I told him I got a V-Day card and did he want to see, and I sent him a silly text of a rubbish Valentine's card text that I was sent as a joke, and he got really funny about it. When I didn't respond straight away as to who it was from, he sent me so no telling who it's from then. I asked him why he asked and was being funny, and he said because I was being a D and it's none of my concern. Is it me or is he seeming a tad jealous? We are having dinner together on Friday as a reward for no R or talk and us getting on better. He knows that I have given up on us, that I'll be here when he is ready to commit 100%. He said he would like to watch TV, sat next to me, snuggled up, without me reading too much into it. He left me for the O. He is the one not wanting to work it out, although he is now saying he wants to see how it goes. He wants us to get on as friends and make the changes we need to. I am starting to feel good about myself, getting fitter, going out with friends, something I think he is now thinking about more. I feel like I am getting mixed signals. It's like he doesn't know if he wants me, but at the same time he doesn't want anyone else to have me. His O was in Australia, we live in the UK, yes, he went and visited her, but it's all fizzled out. He is the one who says he doesn't know what he wants, but I've backed off, no more our chats. So, should I just play it cool and cuddle up to him on the sofa, let him take the lead? The goal for this week was for us just to get on, with no rows, no relationship talks. In the past 3 months we haven't made it through 1 week yet. My H today has told me he wants a divorce, the first time he's told me, not in a row. He said that I had made every effort with him and he's done nothing, so what does that tell me? I feel like my heart is breaking all over again, as his behavior over the past few days has been quite positive. The screwed up thing is, he still wants to come over and have dinner with me on Friday and curl up and watch TV. How about no take eating? So now I need to put my go screw yourself head on and live for me and the kids. I don't want a divorce, I want to work on my marriage. He wanted me to file for divorce as it would be over faster. I've said no, but it's plan B now, all the way. I'm not sending him anything. I am not replying to anything. I am not answering any calls. I am not telling him anything, where I am, what I am doing. I know it's going to be hard, but I have to do it. Please, can someone give me some advice and a virtual hug? I was willing to work on our marriage when he was the one who sat on it from a great height. I was the one being all positive. I was the one pepping his ego, telling him I still loved him. Like a mug, trying to plan him. I've been played like a fiddle. I've clearly been a fool and he's been dangling that carrot in front of me, then whipping it away, when I feel like things are going well. I am so stupid. I am so hurt and angry at the moment. He hasn't even called his children to say goodnight. I am just so utterly confused. He had sent me a text earlier in the day saying he was really looking forward to seeing me on Friday. He was jealous that I got flowers and a card. If he feels nothing, then why? Why still expect to spend time together curled up on the sofa with me? Our male friend seems to think that he's doing this to get a reaction, because someone else has shown interest in me, and he thinks that if he says he wants a divorce, I am going to be begging him not to. My H is very controlling, but all I said is, if that's what you want, you see a solicitor. I was very calm and controlled, although I cried like a baby after I got off the phone. So, with me just ignoring him, it'll either drive him insane that he doesn't know what I am doing and who with, and he'll think crap what I am doing, or he just won't bother. In any case, I'll have been moving forward without him. I just don't know what to do with myself. I don't want to get divorced. I want my life back. I want my daughter to stop crying every time he goes. I want support to help me deal with my treatment. I want that man back that I fell in love with. I keep going through anger and hurt. I cry and cry, but then think of all he's done to us, and the anger comes. I just feel so sick. My H's good friend called me last night and confused me some more. He's told me my H is full of crap, that he doesn't want a divorce. He thinks he's doing all of this because he's losing control. Everything that has happened recently has been me doing it for myself. My H hasn't really had much say in anything. He has said in his opinion, and knowing my H as well as he does, it has to be my H's way or not at all. So, by him telling me he wants a divorce, was meant to shock me into wanting to beg him to come back. I said I didn't understand, as I've said I want him home. His friend said, of course he wouldn't come home, cause I've let him home. It's not his control. Basically, H is playing mind games. He said he didn't miss me, etc. His friend said of course he's going to say that. He's not going to tell me the truth. But it all is hurting so much. Why do that? His friend's opinion is that I should be cold consistently, don't tell him anything, etc. That it'll really grate on my H. He said knowing my H it will take him a while, because he's stubborn, before he says anything, but he eventually will, because he won't be able to stand it. Opinions. I'm planning on no contact. I was going to tell my H that I'm not talking to him, just going to do it. I have put into practice what I have been told. I have severed contact now, booked an appointment with a solicitor now, etc. But why can't I hope for the best? I would do pretty much anything to save my marriage, for my H to be home every day, tucking our children in every night, waking up with me. I could go on and on. I love these aspects of my life with my H. I keep thinking if this was my friend's life, I would be telling her to get rid of him. He's playing with her emotions, playing with her head. But why can't I take my own advice? I am an attractive, so I've been told, intelligent, 30-year-old woman. I am a good mom. I work hard to do the best for my children. They are amazing little people. I have radiotherapy every day, come home, cook and clean, make sure the children want for nothing and make them feel love. I deal with whatever life throws at me every single day. Yet being without my H, that's what breaks me. I just don't understand it. He's not here offering support. He's not coming to help me with the children. He sees them once, maybe twice a week. I mean, he doesn't even ask me how I am feeling now. Why would I waste my time and energy for someone who treats me like that? That I can't understand. Someone who has been with me since we were 15, and in 3 months, he has just stopped caring. How can that be? Right now, he doesn't seem bothered at all. I think he still thinks he can have his cake and eat it, that he can still come over tomorrow night and spend time with me. But he can't. I don't want him, not this man he is now. Plan B will either go one way or the other. But I am all out of options now. He doesn't want me. This is the next step. The only step. I can't carry on as I was. He has confused me, strung me along. Yesterday he said he was looking forward to seeing me. An hour later, he says he wants a divorce. He called to say goodnight to the children, then spoke to me, telling me he was out in London for the night, with friends from work, rubbing in his single life. I need to do the same. It really does hurt that this man told me we'd get through my illness together, he'd be there for me. Now he doesn't even ask how I am feeling. It all makes sense. It's just putting it into practice. The magic wand to fix it all doesn't exist. I don't know if he'll wake up when he realizes that I am not running after him, talking, texting, etc. He may just think finally she's given up. This is my one last chance. I want my marriage. I was frightened he'd think I'd given up and I wasn't interested in saving us. But because I want to save us, I have to see. I have to do this. Should I be letting him know that I want no contact? Or should I just let him wonder why the hell I am not chasing him or texting him? He knows I love him, and 3 days ago, I said when you're ready to give me 100% I am here. I've apologized for my part, listed things, etc. So, I really don't feel the need to tell him again. Maybe I should just leave it and hope he notices. I know I have to start all over again, but I learned a lot today and I am hoping that it has made me a bit stronger. I mean, it took my dad to actually tell me off rather than try to talk to me. I am resetting the clock, well, from 3 p.m. today. He didn't even call his kids to say goodnight to them today. And do you know what? They didn't even notice, but they had Mummy to tuck them in, telling them she loved them. I am both Mum and Dad. I just need to keep rereading posts and be strong. I think I may get to a point where my H will have burnt all his bridges and it will be too late. He may never want to come back, but the way he has treated me, we can never be friends the way he wants. Not for a very long time. I know that I am hurting myself by being this way, letting him be the puppet master. I need to keep telling myself, I am a wonderful person. I need to ignore what he says. I do have pretty eyes. I do have a nice smile, etc. I don't need him to complete me. I am so angry right now. My 2 eldest children are really poorly. He only found out by seeing someone comment on my Facebook. It was 22:15 p.m. and he texted to see if he could talk to them. Seriously, he hasn't bothered with them and doesn't give a crap. He said he didn't call at their bedtime as I missed his call last night. Even though I said call back, he couldn't cause he was out with his mate. He said so he didn't call tonight. We were 1 for 1. What the hell? I just said you don't give a crap. Let's face it, they deserve so much better. I am not going to reply again. I don't want to say anything out of anger. Like I said, thank you for my babies. Have a lovely night. He said go on, get it off your chest. It must be important, otherwise you wouldn't be such a bee about it. I am not replying. That's what he wants. Seriously, I am beginning to really hate this man with a passion. Not because of what he has done to me, but what he is doing to my children. I am sorry for having a rant. I have turned my phone off. Things like this. These are the things where I wonder why the hell I am so upset over him. It's all a game to him, a power trip. Our children are not toying you can just pick up and put down as and when you feel like it. He's no father. He's a sperm donor. I am now sat crying. These are my babies. We made them together out of love. How can he just stop caring and treat us all like that? If things had gone his way, he'd be a stepdad to a 6-year-old and left his kids to live halfway around the world, only planning to see them once a year. I don't want this life. I don't want to be crying over him, wondering if he is going to come back. All this should tell me no, I don't want him back. If he can just drop us all like this, to call when he fancies. Even though the children didn't care, they did notice he didn't call, and I am not calling him to remind him to talk to his kids. They are my world. I couldn't go a day without them. I just so want to hate him. I don't want to feel anything for him anymore. If I delete him from my life completely, how do we stand any chance of reconciliation? I am not texting. I haven't spoken to him. There have been no emails or any other contact. Yesterday he asked me 3 times how I was and I ignored him completely. I'm not dependent on him now. On my Facebook he can see I'm going out and see the pictures, etc. Okay, he can see when people ask me how I'm feeling, etc. But I don't talk to him. I want to work on my marriage. I'm doing the 180. But if I act like he doesn't exist at all, what hope do I have? He's just going to say, oh, sod it. I tried to talk to her and she's not interested, so he'll give up. I am really trying. I spoke with my dad about the whole Facebook thing. The thing is, in 2 weeks it's our daughter's 4th birthday and we as a family are going out. I don't want to delete him off right now and cause an awkwardness between us. We talked it out and my father has suggested that I carry on with NC, but leave FB for now, but don't post anything there. Nothing about my hospital trips, nothing. So there is nothing for him to see. Do this for the 2 weeks, go out and have a lovely day with the kids. If he is still being the way he is now, which is a dead cert, then when we get back delete him off. I have more treatment today. I have woken up feeling really low. I just want my H. I am going to the hospital on my own, going through it on my own. I just want him to be here to hug me, make me feel better, tell me it's going to be okay. I haven't contacted. I have stuck to the 180. He saw me yesterday when picked up the kids, but that's it. I feel so alone and low right now. I know I can't, but I just want to call him, hear his voice, just to feel like he cares. Sorry, just thought if I post on here, I will not be tempted to call him. When I am on a downer like this, I go into self-destruct mode. I'll do something silly, like tell him I miss him. Well, I have just been informed he actually has someone else now. Wow, he's a fast mover. He swore on our daughter's life there was no one else. He lied, what a surprise. He chose to see this new woman rather than go out with our kids to the zoo for our youngest, 4th birthday. Why did I bother to try and fix anything? I have just deleted his number from my phone. He's texted and I've ignored it. He's called and left a Vmail, deleted. He called for the kids, but I can't face answering him or just even hearing his voice. I am sure he'll be fine not talking to his kids for one night. The really sad thing is my 7-year-old son came up to me, wrapped his arms around me, and said, "Don't worry, Mommy. I love you and I'll look after you. I am the only man you need." He's 7. I am such an idiot. I thought maybe, just maybe, that when it didn't work out with her and Oz that there was a chance for us. But instead of him working on us, he's turned his attention elsewhere. But he still doesn't want a divorce. He's in no hurry. So, what now? Just act like he doesn't exist. He says there's someone else. I don't know if it's true, as he knows someone is interested in me, and he constantly tries to hurt me. He swore on our daughter's life that there was no one else, then lied. How can someone do that? He then said we're not living in the 17th century. She's not going to be struck down. Well, he wished I had cancer, and look how that's turned out. I asked him for his wedding ring, as I would like to keep them together for our children. They aren't worth much, but they are engraved. I've said that it doesn't mean anything to him, that he doesn't want to be married to me. Keeping it is just another way to hurt me. It means screw all to him. What's the point of keeping it? At least give it to someone who wants it. He replied saying no, it's not. It's my wedding ring, and I'll keep it if I want. It's in the box I keep my cufflinks in. You know the one you bought me in Dubai for our 5th wedding anniversary. Why would he say that? To rub salt into my wounds. We went to Dubai 2 weeks before he started talking to her. I love this man. Why do I love him, after all that he's done? I know people will read my story and say, why the hell haven't you kicked him to the curb? I wish I knew the answer to that. I wish I was strong enough to just do it. So, what now? I am ignoring all calls and texts. Do I do a plan B letter, or am I just pretty much screwed? He thinks I am interested in someone else. Do I tell him I'm not? Or do I let him think what he likes? I mean, he'll either think screw it, I'm not bothering, pretty much what he's done this entire time, or he'll think crap, she's not going to be my fallback if there's someone else. He said if there is someone else, go for it. He didn't seem bothered. My marriage is over, isn't it? I am really trying. I deleted him from Facebook, which seemed to put a bee in his bonnet, and I wouldn't discuss why I deleted him. I've tried to go dark but slipped up on Wednesday, so I've had to reset the clock. Again, if he texts it's about the kids, I will be jovial. I don't see the point of being a complete bee. That's never going to win any one round. But I do try and treat it like a business transaction now. When I haven't contacted, he doesn't seem bothered at all. He's moving into his house share next weekend, not seeing the kids. Even though it's my birthday and Mother's Day, I just can't see any light. What am I doing wrong? H turning up with a love bite on Sunday. This broke my heart all over again. I walked calmly out of the house and drove about halfway down my street and broke my heart. I called a friend and cried my eyes out. I then drove to my dad's and had a chat to him. I decided that I didn't want H in my house, that he had disrespected me, so I texted him and asked him to leave at 4 p.m., that I would be home just before, and if he could have finished whatever he was doing by then and be ready to leave, I'd be grateful. He wasn't best pleased, but I didn't care. Anyways, I got home, I'd been food shopping, and he asked if I wanted help with the bags. I cut my nose off to spite my face and said no, I didn't want him anywhere near me. My son came to the rescue and helped me, bless him. I was putting stuff away and H was chatting at me. I just grunted responses where appropriate, and carried on with what I was doing. When finished, I sat on the sofa. He tried to talk to me again, asking what beach I had taken the kids to on Sat. I said that we didn't know. We'd pointed in the direction of the forest, saw a sign for a castle. Then as we were driving along, we saw a car parked next to a little beach, so we stopped. I informed him that we had a lovely time and I had taken some amazing pictures. He tried to ask me how RT was going and whether I'd had my results. I said I'd seen my consultant earlier in the week. He asked what happened. I just said, it doesn't matter. I said to the kids, okay, say goodbye to Daddy. He again muttered under his breath, I suppose I better get my shoes on. Then I didn't respond. The kids all cuddled him goodbye. Then the girl sat with me on the sofa cuddling me. My son came over and said he wanted to join in with the group hug, and he said, here's your happy pill, Mummy, and he kissed my forehead. All the while H was just standing there looking at us. I said, who's going to see Daddy out? No one moved or said anything. He said, who's going to open the front door for me? Lil, one jumped up and ran to open the door. The rest of us stayed seated. I didn't even say bye. Anyway, she opened the door, he walked out, she said bye, then closed the door on him. He pushed his hand through the letter box, something he always used to do to make them laugh when they were little. She walked away. I could still see him standing at the door. He didn't even call them to say good night. I didn't sleep all night, I did a lot of thinking. Also, my kids weren't well. I decided that I was going to send him a text in the morning. This is the conversation. Please call the kids at 6:30 p.m. during the week. If it's much later, they won't answer the phone. You can pick them up 10 a.m. on Sat morning and drop them off at 5 p.m. You will not be coming into our home. Also, you won't be introducing them to your friend until our divorce is finalized. Thank you. Enjoy your day. H. What friend? I can't do this Sat morning as discussed. Unless pre-arranged, you will have them Saturdays. I also need your new address. Oh, and what friend? The one who you're seeing. H. So now I'm seeing someone. Well played, Columbo. Well, your neck suggests so. Unless you didn't notice that. What you do is nothing to do with me, nor do I care, but where my children are involved, I'd appreciate it if we could stick to the boundaries in place. H. My neck. What the hell are you on about? You seriously need to sort your crap out. You told me I was the one with a split personality. This is you flip-flopping from vaguely reasonable to just plain weird. Go and look in the mirror. Even your eldest asked what the mark was. H. That's a dead spot. I've got one next to my nose as well. One on my upper left thigh, and my back is covered with them. I had pizza Friday and it was a mistake, and this is hilarious. Oh, really? Okay. Whatever, like I said, nothing to do with me. Spot or not, we're done. I need your address. H. Confirm all of this, maybe not the weird stuff, by email, and I'll get back to you. Me? Weird stuff, right? Pizza makes you spotty and gives you a love bite-shaped bruise in 2 days. Oh, you do make me laugh. Address please, and this will all be confirmed in writing. H. I don't have it to hand. Confirm this weird but very entertaining conversation by email, and I will respond with my address later. No, just send the address via email. H. You need to confirm the access hours. I'll let you do it now. Have a lovely day. Yes, I will. In writing does not email. Also, in the future please don't question the kids on where we go out and who with. Thanks. H. I asked them about their day at the seaside. In future I've got a feeling I'll do what I like, but thanks for the guidance. When you spoke to her on the phone you asked her if it was just me, her, and the other two who went. Enjoy your day, I'm sure you will anyway, whereas I have got 3 children with stomach upsets, so no RT for me today. H. I asked if Nana and Granddad went, which is a big fat lie. I was sat next to her and heard the whole convo. I hope that the kids feel better soon. I'm worried that it was the BK as I was unwell last night, but thought it was the bread. Not that you give a crap. H. And no idea if a day off from RT gives you any respite or makes you feel okay for a day, but I hope that too despite what you think. I thought it would be the back as they've all got it. Please don't pretend to be concerned about me. H. I am. Don't throw it back in my face, I'd rather you just said nothing. This is where I got a tad pissed off. Oh, so how many times have you called and asked if I'm okay, how RT was or what the consultant said? That's right, none. Have you offered to come over and help with the kids? No, I don't need the fake concern. H. You refused to tell me how you are. Case in point, yesterday, and it took you a week to tell me that the consultant said you had another lump. But it's my fault for not asking. Hope the kids feel better soon. I called you on Monday straight after my opus. I called you, you never bothered again. Hence me saying it didn't matter yesterday. You've shown no concern. You've made it clear how you feel, you're getting on with your life. I'm not your concern, so you don't bother with me, simple. Like I said, we're done. I don't need this. Called the kids tonight as arranged. He called them in the evening. Then the girls were ill. I texted him to tell him. He basically said thanks for letting me know, that was it. Then I get a message 23:30 p.m. H. Crap, don't think I wrapped one of your presents. He bought the children presents to give me on my birthday and Mother's Day, and I'm worried I threw it away by mistake. Can you look for a bag? Should have stuff in it. I ignored it. This morning at 9:30 a.m. H. Did you get my message last night? How are the kids doing? Me? Yes, found it. The kids are okay, back to school tomorrow. H. Glad to hear they're on the mend. I'll get that present wrapped the next time I see the kids. I never bothered to reply. I don't know where he'll wrap it. I've said he's not coming in. I did send him about 8 pics of the kids via email. No message, just the subject line. He never replied or texted about it, so I don't know if he got it. This is the first time I've been cold and said we're done. I don't know if it will make him realize anything, probably not. Also, about the pizza thing. My H has a wheat allergy, and he used to get love bite-looking marks on his back but never ever saw one on his neck. I can't do this crap anymore. Yesterday, I trapped a nerve in my lower back. The pain was immense, couldn't walk, breath, anything. I just felt so sick. My daughter had to help me cook dinner, which she loved, but I felt awful. I was crying my eyes out. I never told him anything. I'm on my own now. I actually went to the doctor's on Thursday and broke down to the doctor. He's got me into counseling and put me on antidepressants. I've been on them a few days now. I'm not really sure if there's a difference as yet, apart from feeling tired and nauseous. Today he moves further away, not seeing the kids this weekend at all. I feel quite emotional today. 13th, how can I move on to someone else if I am still hooked on my husband? I don't want to feel like this. He has checked out completely. And I don't know how to hate him. I want to. He's treated me like crap. 2 weeks, there have been some huge changes in my life. I did feel like I needed a little time out. I was going through the motion, waiting for the anti-Ds to even me out a bit, and decided that I needed to cut H out once and for all, which so many of you had said to do. But as most of you know and feel, it's not as easy as that. You still feel there's some hope that you can change them back. Well, anyways, with the help and support of my friends, you know who you are, I bit the bullet and joined a dating site. Shock, horror, gasp. Yeah, I know, it seems a bit extreme, but I need to feel attractive and was looking for an ego boost really after the way my H had put me down so much. When I made the profile, I stated I was looking for friendship, that I was newly separated. Anyways, I received quite a few messages, so very odd ones granted, but I did also get some really nice ones. I began to feel rather good about myself. I wasn't as bad as I'd been made out to be. I was being nosy and looking through profiles and came across one of a man with the most amazing tattoos, really stunning. And as some of you may know, I adore tattoos and have a few myself. So, I sent him a message. My one and only one that I sent as I was scared of the rejection. But lo and behold, he replied. We spent 4 hours chatting on the site, then he asked if I had Facebook. We added each other on there. 5 hours later, we swapped numbers. I bet you're all gobsmacked. He is 29, so a year and a half younger than me. He lives 20 minutes drive away from me. For the last 2 weeks, we have been in contact for about 20 hours of the day. We had an amazing date, where he bought me flowers, opened the car door for me, refused to let me pay for anything. He calls me every night. I said I would call him, but he refuses, telling me to keep my money for the children and me. He treats me with respect and compliments me all of the time. He wants to protect me and the children from everyone and everything bad. He wants to build up my confidence, so I know that I am beautiful. So, my update, I have a new boyfriend. I've never met anyone like it or connected to anyone like this. He's made me realize that the way my H treated me was abuse and I do deserve better. My H, while he now lives in London, hasn't seen the kids for 3 weeks. His choice. He is seeing them this weekend. He does still pay maintenance. I have now, as of 2 days ago, informed him that I am seeing someone else and at some point, soon, this Sunday in fact, he would be meeting the children, and I felt it was a good idea for him to hear it from me first, although I owe him nothing. This is the reaction I got via email. Sorry, typing out via text is a pain in the back. I'm happy for you. Have the kids met him before? What happened to your no other people until the divorce rule? Not being a jerk, just getting clarification. Is he someone I know, and is that the reason you kicked me off FB? Did you finally get to the bottom of the belated Valentine's flowers mystery then? Don't read any of this in crappy tone. I've just read it back and it could be taken that way. There's going to be a couple of weekends when I can't see the kids coming up. One of them is the last weekend of this month, but as there are some bank holidays over the Easter weekend, I was thinking of doing a couple of trips with the kids if that's okay with you. Have I still got them on Seri? I said I was going to take them out for dinner one day this week, but with work the way it is, it's looking unlikely. I will be able to next week, but we'll tie up later. This is my reply. Thank you. No, the kids haven't. I told you before, if I was going to bring someone into their lives, it would have to be someone pretty special. Well, you don't want a divorce at the moment, and I have the kids all the time. I don't have any other option, do I? That's not meant to sound mean either. It's just I can't expect my mom to babysit all the time, whereas you have all the space and time to do what you want. But if you do want to introduce someone to them, all I ask is that it is serious and that you let me know first, as I did with you. No, he's not the reason I deleted you off Facebook, and nope, still have no clue who the flowers are from. Yes, I will never know the answer to that one. Okay, well, I've got some plans around bank holidays, but we can work around them and sort something out between us. I want them Easter Sunday due to the Easter bunny visiting the garden. But if you want them the Monday, we can sort that out. Did you plan at any point to have them overnight? I know you mentioned it before, but we never said anything else. I am happy for you to just have them in the day if you can't. Didn't want to get accused of dumping them due to the new man. Yes, that is fine. There should be no issue with this coming weekend. We may lead different lives, but we have our children in common. You're their daddy, and nothing will change that so long as you remain constant. I am not going to stop you from seeing them. It would be nice if we could just work together for the sake of them. All I got in return was, I'd like to get along too. So, there you have it, ladles. I am happy, smiling, feeling loved, and doesn't give two thoughts to her lying, cheating soon-to-be when he agrees to sign, ex-husband. My comment, you've been through a hell of a lot, and I think you to be cut some slack. Maybe all your decisions aren't for the best, but it's something you need to work out for yourself. Just the fact that you got rid of that parasite of a husband is a huge positive factor that outweighs any real problems.